We were Athenians, city people with regular jobs, studies, career. At the end, we burned ourselves out, and we felt like caged birds. And we wanted to escape. And by then, our mind was thinking that we need a job to do this step. So we had a few money in the side, and we started doing tours in Greece. Basically in this area, like 2 hours from Athens, and we chose Peloponnese because it's wild nature, very approachable to the big city life. We ended up here. It was a place that really fitted our what we thought was what we wanted, but also our money. Buying opportunities and things like that. And finally we bought the land on 2008, but we established ourselves on 2011. Recommend to anyone who wants to take his life to another level, even if we're talking about a balcony in Athens or in a city life, or if we're talking about somebody who owns land, to go for a permaculture seminar, because being Athenians and have nothing to do with the land, we never cultivated anything. When we bought the land and we understood that we're gonna make like a guest house to learn our living, there were so many trees around, and we said, what's happening with these trees? What are those trees? We didn't know that there were pear trees around, cherry trees around. We couldn't tell what it was. So we started taking some educational lessons regarding cultivation and everything, and one thing led to another, and we bumped into permaculture. And once we did the permaculture design course, then we came back to our land and we knew what we could do with it. We knew things like why it's important if it's south facing, and what do you do with the north exposed parts of the land. What is about why it's important to cultivate the land with a lot of variety and biodiversity inside. So there are some principles that we followed in all levels, like from our food to our houses, to our taking care of our health, to even taking care of our everyday life. And we follow the permaculture principles, which is a combination of new technologies but also old traditions. And finally we end up being even agriculturists, but intellectual ones, not like the ones that we know until today. And we try to go with nature's laws, because this is what is permaculture doing, is observing the nature, and then you apply these methods and these learnings to your everyday life. So yeah, if somebody comes here, apart to not only to attend a seminar, let's say a herbal medicine seminar, we always take a tour around and we show our buildings, the dog house, which is made out of cob, the worm farm. We show the way we cultivate, we show them our natural built places, and we even talk about just turning off the lights every time you go off the room, because we notice that people come and they forget themselves. We try to create some kind of mindfulness in the way we move around here. And this is applicable to anything, even our food. We try to be seasonal, local, organic. We're still in the beginning. Since we established ourselves here, for the last 4 years, there were so many things to do. So the garden needs attention and it needs help. And we ended up having a small percentage of self-sufficiency, and we're investing our efforts to make it, to multiply it, to make it bigger, ending up to a nice dream of having a 0-kilometer kitchen here. One thing I wanted to say is that you realize after you own land and you approach it with such a way that two people in a 6,000 square meters land, they cannot cope. They need help. So even though we are owners typically of this land, we also learned that living with other people, and especially volunteers, it's a blessing. Like we couldn't do what we've done until now without the help of other people.